trophies of a life I didn't lead, planting plastic flowers when the garden needed seed. The gold is flaking off the walls of every room I own, and I'm sitting on the splinters of a very hollow throne.
The monuments of Babylon are crumbling to the dust, corroded by the vanity and eaten by the rust.
Don't weep for the cathedral or the statues in the square. True glory isn't something that the wicked people wear. It's a cracked and jagged beauty, it's a soul that's been through fire, rising from the ashes of a funeral pyre. Broken glory, shining in the jazz bands and blues, telling all the secrets, and the heavy honest news. Reggae in the wreckage, soul within the bone. Broken glory, the greatest light I've ever known.
The stars are most majestic when the sky is torn apart,
Just like the holy wisdom
in a bruised and battered heart.
pick up the jagged pieces and let the spirit shine through the imperfections of a radical design. I'm dancing on the ruins of the girl I used to be, finding that the cracks are where the light is set so free. My jazz is getting greedy and my roots are getting deep. I've got a broken promise that I'm finally gonna keep. It's a cracked and jagged beauty, it's a soul that's been through fire, rising from the ashes of a funeral pyre. Broken a desert where no flowers ever bloom. I've lived my life inside a gray and windowless room, but I can feel a pressure underneath the asphalt floor, like a giant that is waking and is knocking at the door.
Boy, the concrete isn't solid and the steel is gonna bend when the power of the people starts to finally ascend. The jungle is returning to the middle of the square. I can feel the revolution in the heavy city air,
Cracking through the sidewalk, reaching for the blue, making room for everything that's beautiful and true. Rising concrete from the gutter to the sky, watching all the monuments of Babylon just die. Jazz power, rootsy reggae beat, rising concrete, walking on a holy street.
They thought they could entomb the spirit in a box of gray, but the life force finds a fountain in a miraculous way. Every crack is a victory, every hole is a sign of a natural and radical spiritual design.
I'm a jazz soul wildflower breaking through the stone, claiming every victory that is rightfully my own. My voice is like a jackhammer, my heart is like a drum. The kingdom of the righteous has finally begun. Cracking through the sidewalk, reaching for the blue, making room for everything that's beautiful and true. Rising concrete from the gutter to the sky, watching all the monuments of Babylon just die. Jazz power, rootsy reggae beat, rising concrete, walking on a holy street. Rise up, break out, break out. The city is turning green, better than a dream. Rising concrete, shattering, shattering, shattering. Rising concrete, shattering, shattering. Rising concrete from the gutter to the sky, watching all the monuments of Babylon just die. Jazz power, rootsy reggae beat, rising concrete, walking on a holy street. Keep rising, higher than the towers. The concrete is falling, the soul is The statues in the gallery are staring at the floor, while I'm standing at the threshold of a heavy marble door. I've lived inside a museum of the mistakes I have made, watching all my vibrant colors start to slowly, surely fade.
The Pharaoh's heart was marble and his kingdom was of stone, but he sat upon a hollow and a temporary throne. The Exodus is calling from the cold and white museum. Can you hear the people singing in the spiritual Colosseum? Leave the sculptures of the past to the dust and to the mold. We are moving to a city where the spirit isn't cold. Marble Exodus, from the temple to the street, making every frozen statue move their rhythm, heavy feet. Jazz in the galleries, reggae in the hall. Marble Exodus, watching every idol fall. Stone by stone we're breaking all the walls of Babylon, walking to the rhythm of a never-ending dawn.
The mountain is our mother and the granite is our pride, but we have got the fire of the universe inside. I'm chipping at the marble of the girl I used to be, until I find the living soul that's deep inside of me. I'm a jazz noir revelation in a coat of dusty white, heading for the Exodus in the middle of the night. Leave the sculptures of the past to the dust and to the mold. We are moving to a city where the spirit isn't cold. Marble Exodus, from the temple to the street, making every frozen statue move their rhythm, heavy feet. Jazz in the galleries, reggae in the hall. Marble Exodus, watching every idol fall. Break the stone, find the bone, move the spirit. Can you hear Exodus, leaving a grand soul reggae march. Marble Exodus, marble Exodus, from the temple to the street, making every frozen statue move their rhythm, heavy feet. Jazz in the galleries, yeah, reggae in the hall. Marble Exodus, watching every idol fall. Keep moving out of the stone into the light. Marble Exodus. shoreline of my pride is crumbling to the deep. The promises of vanity were never mine to keep. I'm standing where the ocean meets the wreckage of my past, hoping for a sanctuary that was built to last.
The water doesn't judge the salt or measure out the sin. It only opens up its arms and lets the healing in.
The moon is pulling mercy from the center of the dark, to wash away the ashes and to find a holy spark.
Let the liquid kindness rise above the heavy need,
bringing back the driftwood to the spiritual sea. Mercy tides rolling in a soul dash swing. Listen to the forgiveness that the heavy waters bring. Reggae for the heartbeat, jazz within the flow. Mercy tides, letting all the heavy burdens go.
Doesn't worry about the storm above the reef. It finds a quiet power in the middle of the grief. The current of the Father
is a steady, gentle hand, leading every wanderer back to the promised land.
Oh, I'm floating on the surface of a love I can't explain,
feeling all the coolness as it melts the desert pain.
My voice is getting fluid like a siren in the blue,
singing out. The shoreline of my pride is crumbling to the deep. The promises of vanity were never mine to keep. I'm standing where the ocean meets the wreckage of my past, hoping for a sanctuary that was built to last.
The water doesn't judge the salt or measure out the sin. It only opens up its arms and lets the healing in.
The moon is pulling mercy from the center of the dark, to wash away the ashes and to find a holy spark.
Let the liquid kindness rise above the heavy need,
bringing back the driftwood to the spiritual sea. Mercy tides rolling in a soul jazz swing. Listen to the forgiveness that the heavy waters bring. Reggae for the heartbeat, jazz. Got a reputation for the fire in your roar, but but you're pacing like a shadow on my bedroom floor. The king of all the jungle is a prisoner today, caught inside a feeling that won't ever go away.
My mane is feeling heavy and my claws are tucked inside. There is no use in running, there is no place left to hide.
I've conquered many nations, I have faced the hunter's gun, but I'm conquered by the beauty of the only morning sun. The pride is falling down, the ego's on its knees, surrendering to whispers in the aromatic breeze. Lovesick lion, purring like a kitten in the dark, trading in the thunder for a tiny, tender spark. Sophisticated jazz and a heavy roots vibration. Lovesick lion, oh, romantic revelation.
I used to haunt alone beneath the silver of the moon, but now I'm synchronized to your melodic,
Soulful tune. My strength is not in muscles or the power of my bite.
yeah.
It's in the way I hold you in the middle of the night.
I'll brush your golden fur
And I will soothe your weary mind. The world is often cruel, but the heart is always kind. You don't have to be a soldier
every minute of the day.
Even the most powerful must find a place to play. The pride is falling down, the ego's on its knees, surrendering to whispers in the aromatic breeze. Lovesick lion, purring like a kitten in the dark, trading in the thunder for a tiny, tender spark. Sophisticated jazz and a heavy roots vibration. Lovesick lion, a romantic revelation. Oh, yeah. Na 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 na. Oh, oh, na 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 na. Lion of Judah, Lion of Judah, love soul. Lion of Judah, oh, oh, hey. Lovesick lion, purring like a kitten in the dark, trading in the thunder for a tiny, tender spark. Sophisticated jazz and a heavy roots vibration. Lovesick lion, a romantic revelation. Sleep now, lion, the hunt is over. Love is the king. Jazz, roots, love. haunted by a shoreline that I've never walked upon, a silhouette of palm trees in the purple light of dawn. I feel the sand between my toes in the middle of the street, an ancient island rhythm underneath my city feet.
The spirits of the ancestors are floating on the breeze. They're moving through the mountains and they're moving through the trees.
They are not in the graveyard, they are not beneath the stone. They are the unseen travelers in the marrow of your bone.
A whisper from the Caribbean,
a call across the blue, a ghost of what was taken and a ghost of what is true. Island ghosts dancing in the smoke of the cafe, guiding every wanderer who has lost their lonely way. Jazz, mist and reggae sun blending into one. Island ghosts, the journey's just begun.
the concrete can't contain the wildness of the tribal soul. The system can manipulate what it cannot control. Listen to the echo in the shell against your ear. The island is a frequency that's always very near.
I'm seeing through the vapor and I'm seeing through the haze, the ghost of better versions of my own and future days. I'm drinking from the coconut, a spiritual insight, and shining like a lighthouse in the middle of the night. A whisper from the Caribbean, a call across the blue, a ghost of what was taken and a ghost of what is true. Island ghosts dancing in the smoke of the cafe, guiding every wanderer who has lost their lonely way. Jazz, mist and reggae sun blending into one. Island ghosts, the journey's just begun. Ghost. The curtain falls upon the noise of every day. I'm looking for a sanctuary where the broken pray. The neon lights of London are a shallow indigo hue, but they cannot hold a candle to the majesty of you.
Beyond the deepest ocean and the furthest mountain peak, there is a silent language that the humble people speak. Indigo is the color of the wisdom in the dark, guarding the eternal and the creative holy spark. Step out of the shallow into the spiritual deep, where the promises of Zion are the ones we finally keep. Indigo Zion, painted on the midnight sky, where the tears of all the suffering are finally running dry. Smooth jazz vibration,
Rootsy reggae flow, Indigo Zion, the only home we really know. The kings of earth are trembling in their houses made of glass, while the simple and the righteous let the moment slowly pass. No need for the silver and no need for the greed. In the indigo garden, love is the only seed. I'm wrapping up my sorrow in a cloak of deep navy, feeling all the heavy chains of vanity get wavy. I'm a jazz singer dreaming of a tropical retreat, where the indigo water washes clean my dusty feet. Step out of the shallow into the spiritual deep, where the promises of Zion are the ones we finally keep. Indigo Zion, painted on the midnight sky, where the tears of all the suffering are finally running dry. Smooth jazz vibration, rootsy reggae flow, Indigo Zion, the only home we really know. Blue black sky, spirit high, peace like a river, Zion deliver. Deepest indigo, Zion calling. Can you hear it? Indigo Zion, painted on the midnight sky, where the tears of all the suffering are finally running dry. Smooth jazz vibration, rootsy reggae flow, Indigo Zion, the only home we really know. Indigo Zion, indigo home, indigo, the color of peace. The incense leaves a trail of amber dust across the floor. I'm haunted by a shadow that I've never seen before. a saffron-colored memory of a love I used to hold before the winter turned the summer into bitter gold.
The spice of life is lingering inside the morning air, a spiritual vibration that is floating everywhere. Don't fear the apparition in the bright and orange robe. It's the wisdom of the ages traveling the globe. A flicker in the corner, a whisper in the soul, connecting with the spirits to finally behold saffron ghosts dancing in the smoke of yesterday, chasing all the heavy, dark anxieties away. Jazz in the spice garden, reggae in the mist, saffron ghost by the holy sunlight kissed. The monks are in the mountains and the lions in the plains, but the saffron light of truth is what will break the iron chains.
You cannot bury holiness or hide it in the cave. It rises like a vapor from the cradle to the grave. I'm wrapping up my sorrow in a silk and orange veil, sailing on a frequency that's never gonna fail. My jazz is getting mystical, my roots are getting bright. I'm talking to the saffron ghost in the middle of the night. A flicker in the corner, oh, whisper in the soul, connecting with the spirits to finally behold saffron ghosts dancing in the smoke of yesterday, chasing all the heavy, dark anxieties away. Jazz in the spice garden, reggae in the mist, saffron ghost by the holy sunlight kissed. Color of the darkness is gone, spiritual hue flowing through. Color of the darkness is gone, spiritual hue flowing through, flowing through. Ghostly vibration, ghostly vibration, ghostly vibration, exotic jazz, reggae, soul, saffron ghost dancing in the smoke of yesterday, chasing all the heavy, dark anxieties away. Jazz in the spice garden, reggae in the mist, saffron ghost by the holy sunlight kiss, still dancing in the orange light. Saffron, 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 saffron. The moon is like a coin that was tossed into the night, reflecting all my secrets in a cold and silver light. I'm walking on the mercury of a dream I can't explain. searching for the sunlight in the middle of the rain.
Greetings, silver traveler, with the starlight in your hair. The mysteries of ages are floating in the air.
You don't need the copper, and you don't need the brass to see the spiritual shadows as they elegantly pass. A shimmer on the water, a whisper in the soul, connecting with the cosmos to finally be whole. Silver mystic, shining in the jazz noir glow, watching all the wisdom and the ancient rivers flow. Reggae for the foundation, soul for the refined. Silver mystic, leaving all the vanity behind.
The prophets were all silver before the world turned gold, speaking truths of fire that were never meant for old.
Polish up your vision, girl, and polish up your mind. There's a silver lining that the blind will never find. I'm shedding all the heavy cloaks of logic and of fact, participating in a holy silver kind of act. My jazz is getting lunar and my reggae's getting bright. I'm a soulful apparition in the middle of the night. A shimmer on the water, a whisper in the soul, connecting with the cosmos to finally be whole. Silver mystic, shining in the jazz noir glow, watching all the wisdom and the ancient rivers flow. Reggae for the foundation, soul for the refined. Silver mystic, leaving all the vanity behind. Silver, shining, 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 the metal of the moon, the rhythm of the Silver mystic, shining in the jazz noir glow, shining, watching all the wisdom and the ancient rivers flow. Reggae for the foundation, soul for the refined. Silver mystic, leaving all the vanity behind. Stay silver, mystical light, jazz moon, reggae star. Trading my autonomy for a cage of polished gold. fairy tale the merchants ever told. They put a price upon my breath and a tax upon my tears, and sold me back my liberty to feed upon my fears.
The pirate and the pioneer, they wear a different face, but both of them are running in a cold and heartless race. They claim to own the sunshine and they claim to own the rain, while they build their ivory towers on a foundation of pain. You can lock the heavy iron, you can bolt the wooden door, but the spirit isn't something you can purchase at the store. Stolen freedom, crying in the night, waiting for the morning to restore the holy light. A jazz blues rebellion with a rootsy reggae soul. Stolen freedom, we are taking back control. The chains are in the mind before they're ever on the wrist. The greatest power in the world is the one they can't resist.
Emancipate your vision from the static on the screen, and walk into a reality that they have never seen.
I'm breaking every contract that I signed in desperation. I'm starting up a fire in the heart of every nation. My voice is not for sale and my rhythm cannot be bound.
I'm digging up the treasures that were buried in the ground. You can lock the heavy iron, you can bolt the wooden door, but the spirit isn't something you can purchase at the store. Stolen freedom, crying in the night, waiting for the morning to restore the holy light. A jazz blues rebellion with a rootsy reggae soul. Stolen freedom, we are taking back control.
Give it back,
It was never yours.
break the track.
Open up the doors.
The
soul is free, the soul is me. Unchained,
The melody,
unchained, unchained,
the melody.
unchained. fog is rolling heavy down the banks of the Thames. I'm searching for the fire in a world of frozen gems. The cobblestones are whispering the names of all the dead, while the weight of all the history is hanging in my head.
Greetings from the jungle, made of iron and of glass. I see the lions awaking
as the grayish shadows pass.
You don't need a savanna
or a tropical retreat to feel the spirit rising in the middle of the street. From Brixton to the palace, from the basement to the sky, we are looking for the kingdom in a Londoner's eye. London lion, roaring in the cold and misty air, bringing jazz and reggae to the middle of the square. An urban vibration with a rootsy royal pride. London lion with a universe inside.
The red bus is a chariot, the tube is like a cave, carrying the spirits of the righteous and the brave.
Don't let the city tame you
Or the weather make you small.
stand up like a monolith.
Stand up very tall. I've traded in my velvet,
For a mane of golden light,
singing soul jazz anthems.
in the middle of the night,
I'm a sophisticated hunter,
in a concrete wilderness,
finding all the rhythm.
in the middle of the mess. From Brixton to the palace, from the basement to the sky, we are looking for the kingdom in a Londoner's eye. London lion, roaring in the cold and misty air, bringing jazz and reggae to the middle of the square. An urban vibration with a rootsy royal pride. London lion with the universe inside.
Roar for freedom,
Roar for freedom,
roar for justice.
roar for justice,
The city is ours.
beneath the stars. Lion, lion, la 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 la. Lion, la 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 la. Lion, la 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 la.
Lion vibration.
London lion, roaring in the cold and misty air. Oh yeah, bringing jazz and reggae to the middle of the square. An urban vibration with a rootsy royal pride. London lion with the universe inside. Keep roaring, London soul. The lion sleeps no more. voice inside the mirror that I didn't recognize, with the wisdom of 1,000 years behind her tired eyes. A greeting from a distant land, a whisper in the hall, echoing through every crack inside my city wall.
Before the towers hit the sky, before the Iron Age, the Spirit wrote a message on a very different page. It's a fundamental welcome, it's a recognition spark, lighting up the corners of the ancient dusty dark. Not a new acquaintance, but a memory found again, breaking through the static and the heavy urban rain. Ancient hello across the canyons of the time, turning every mountain peak into a simple climb. Jazz for the history, reggae for the soul. Ancient hello, making every fragment whole. The elders in the village and the lions on the hill, they know the secret language of the ones who can be still. It's a vibration of the heart, a frequency of grace, transcending every border and every human race.
I'm shedding all the modern noise and all the digital, finding something sacred in something original. I'm a jazz folk apparition with a rootsy kind of beat, recognizing spirits that I've never had to meet. Not a new acquaintance, but a memory found again, breaking through the static and the heavy urban rain. Ancient hello across the canyons of the time, turning every mountain peak into a simple climb. Just for the history, reggae for the soul. Ancient hello, making every fragment whole. I remember you, I remember you in my heart. Old soul, old gold, fragment whole. Hello again, my oldest friend. Ancestral jazz, roots, hello. fire swept through the valley and it left a trail of black. I'm looking for the pieces that I can't ever have back. The smoke is in my throat and the ash is in my hair, searching for a reason in the middle of despair.
But look beneath the surface of the charred and broken ground, where the hottest part of living is the only thing that's found. The cinder is the mother of the greenest kind of vine, following the pattern of a phoenix-led design. You can burn the branches and you can burn the leaves, but the root is what the universe miraculously retrieves. Cinder roots growing through the jazz and flame, giving every miracle a brand new honest name. Blues for the struggle, reggae for the rise. Cinder roots with the fire in our eyes. The system tried to scorch us with their malice and their hate, but they didn't know the nature of our spiritual fate. The more they tried to burn us, the deeper we will go, until we find the water where the eternal rivers flow.
I'm rising from the charcoal with the smoky jazz man's blues, filtering the sadness from the spiritual news. I've got a carbon heart that can survive the highest heat, walking on the embers with my rhythm heavy. You can burn the branches and you can burn the leaves, but the root is what the universe miraculously retrieves. Cinder roots growing through the jazz and flame, giving every miracle a brand new honest name. Blues for the struggle, reggae for the rise. Cinder roots with a fire in our eyes.
Burn it down
We still grow
in the town,
in the glow,
black roots.
green shoes. The fire in our eyes, still growing through the ash. Cinder soul, roots forever. Still growing through the ash. Cinder soul, roots forever. Whispering in corners, they're talking in the dark, trying to extinguish every little holy spark. They say I'm lost in sorrow, they say I've lost my mind, but they're chasing shadows that they've left so far behind.
The tongue is like a fire, it can burn a forest down. The gossipers are busy in the middle of the town, but a lion doesn't lose his sleep over the talk of sheep. The truth is in the silent well, and the well is very deep. Let the wind carry the lies away to the sea. They can talk about the world, but they can't talk about me. Rumor rising like a smoke without a flame, trying to put a heavy weight upon a simple name. But we have got the jazz, and we have got the roots. Rumor rising, but we're tasting better fruits. They build their little empires on a foundation of spite, but truth is the only sun that can put an end to night. Don't listen to the malice, don't you listen to the greed. Love is the only message that the people really need.
I've heard it all before, every story, every lie. I've seen the jealous vultures circling in the sky, but my soul is on a frequency they cannot even hear. A jazz reggae symphony that's crystal loud and clear. Let the wind carry the lies away to the sea. They can talk about the world, but they can't talk about me. Rumor rising like a smoke without a flame, trying to put a heavy weight upon a simple name. But we have got the jazz, and we have got the roots. Rumor rising, but we're tasting better fruits. Words are cheap, liars weak. Rise above the noise, find the inner voice. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 yeah. Hear the rising, walk the walk. Silence is the loudest jazz. Rumor rising like a smoke without a flame, yeah. Trying to put a heavy weight, trying to put a heavy weight upon a simple name. But we have got the jazz, and we have got the roots. Rumor rising, but we're tasting better fruits. Let them talk, we'll just keep singing. Rising, rising, rising above the lies. Above the lies. I've got the key to every door inside this lonely town, but every time I open one, the walls come crashing down. They sold me liberty inside a box of painted air, but when I look inside, there's absolutely nothing there.
The system gives you choices that are just a different cage. They keep you turning circles on a very hollow stage. Freedom isn't paper and it isn't silver coins. It's the power of the spirit where the universal joins.
Don't drink the empty water, don't eat the plastic bread. The truth is living in the heart and not inside the head. Hollow freedom, ringing like a bell of rusted tin, trying to find a substance in the middle of a sin. Jazz, blues, lamentation, rootsy reggae beat. Hollow freedom, walking on a dead-end street.
They promise you the heaven while they build you up a hell, marketing the silence that they're trying hard to sell. But the lion knows the difference between a roar and just a sigh. He doesn't need a permit or a reason just to fly.
I'm filling up the vacuum with the power of my voice, finding that the emptiness was actually my choice. I'm breaking every mirror that reflects a hollow light, and painting on the canvas of a wide and open sky. Don't drink the empty water, don't eat the plastic bread. The truth